Welcome back to Mindset Abundance, where we explore the depths of our inner world to unlock your full potential. And today, I want to talk to you about something really powerful, something subtle yet profound that influences every single thing that you do. Think of it as a hidden script, one that's actually been running in the background of your mind for years, maybe even decades, and you may not be even aware of it. Let me ask you, have you ever caught yourself telling yourself a story about something that holds you back? Maybe it's a little whisper or like a little voice inside of your head that says, I can't do that, or I can't afford that, I don't have enough money, I'm not good enough. These stories shape your reality, silently defining the limits of what you think is possible for yourself. Today, I'm inviting you to look deeper, to tune into these stories, and to become aware of how they influence you. Because here's the truth. These stories are not facts. They're actually choices. And when you change them, you change everything. Let me ask you, have you ever noticed that whatever you focus on tends to grow? Well, our self-talk is exactly the same. I want you to imagine you have a garden, and each thought is like a seed. Every time you tell yourself something like, I'm not good with money, or I don't have enough money, I can't afford it, you're planting a seed that grows into a belief. That belief shapes your actions. And those actions create results that reinforce those beliefs. See, I told you so, I can't afford it. And it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. This is actually where the law of assumption comes into play. If you assume something long enough, and your mind begins to see it as reality, if you assume you'll never be successful, that assumption starts coloring everything you do. But what if, just imagine, what if you could start assuming the opposite? Let's pause here. If you're able to, I want you to go ahead and close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath. Imagine a new story, one that serves you. What would it feel like to believe, I can do this? I'm worthy of success. I attract money effortlessly. Money is so easy. Can you start to feel the shift? Just this simple change has the power to completely alter how you perceive the world around you. And our brains are incredible, but they have a tendency to seek evidence for what we already believe. This is called confirmation bias, and it's one of the ways our self-talk becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Picture this. You're up for a promotion, but that little voice inside you says, I'm never going to get it. That thought seems harmless, but it affects how you carry yourself, how much effort you put in, and even how you interact with others. In essence, you subconsciously start living as if you already lost the opportunity. But now let's flip that around. What if you walked into the same situation with the belief, I got this. This is mine. With that thought, notice how everything changes. Your actions, your confidence, even the energy you bring to the table aligns with this new story. And here's the fascinating part. The more you repeat this new belief, the more it becomes your reality. Now, let's get practical. How do you start telling yourself a new story? This is the part where we put everything together. where you go from theory to action. It begins with awareness. Catch yourself in the moment. When you hear yourself say, I can't afford it, stop. Just pause and breathe. Recognize it for what it is. It's just an old story. A script that's no longer serving you. Instead, choose a new thought. Making money is easy. Making money is fun. Start thinking and saying that instead. Now, let's make this shift more concrete. I want you to go ahead and take out a pen and write down 3 negative beliefs that you've caught yourself saying. For each one, ask yourself, what would I need to believe instead to feel empowered? Then write the empowering belief as if it's already true. For example, you might write down, I'll never have enough money. And that becomes, I'm open to financial abundance and opportunities come my way every day. You might write down something like, I'm not good enough. And that would become, I'm valuable and capable of achieving great things. Maybe you write down something like, I'll never get that job. And that would become, I have the skills, talents, and the passion to succeed in any role that I choose. Every time you catch yourself slipping back into that old story, repeat these new beliefs. Whisper them. Write them down. Or even visualize them. The key is to embed these new beliefs so deeply that they become your default way of thinking. Now, let's start to dive into some tools to make these new mindsets stick. The mind responds to consistency, to images, to repetition. So we're going to use that to our advantage. Now, visualization is an incredibly powerful tool. Each morning, before you start your day, I want you to visualize yourself living the life you want. That's right. See yourself walking confidently, attracting abundance, succeeding effortlessly, and start to notice the feelings of ease and fulfillment that comes with this visualization. When you do this every day, your mind starts aligning with this new reality. Another technique you can use are affirmations. But let's go a step beyond your typical affirmations. Instead of simply saying something like, I am successful, try adding the word because. For example, I am successful because I bring value to everything I do. This approach makes the affirmation feel more grounded and believable, helping it resonate on a deeper level. Finally, another technique you can use is called mirror talk. I want you to get up, stand in front of a mirror, and look yourself into your eyes. Tell yourself a new story. I'm deserving of success and happiness. I'm capable, worthy, and I have unlimited potential. I know this might feel uncomfortable at first, but that's just because it's unfamiliar. If you stick with it and watch how your perception begins to shift. Now, as you begin to implement these changes, right? As you begin to implement these changes, I want you to remember it's a journey. See, changing the stories you tell yourself is not an overnight process. It's about consistency. It's about repetition. It's about patience and compassion. My friends, you got to be kind to yourself If you start feeling or hearing those old thoughts creep in, don't worry. This isn't a sign of failure. It's just your old programming. It's just simply a reminder of how deep these stories run. But each time you choose to tell a new story, each time you choose to tell a new story, you're creating momentum. That's right. Each time you repeat that new belief, you're actually rewiring your mind. Think about that. Imagine yourself a few months from now, 2, 3, 4, 6 months from now, naturally thinking thoughts of empowerment, confidence, and abundance. Go ahead and imagine how it feels to live from that place of trust in yourself and abilities. So here's my final thought for you today. You are the author of your story. Every thought, every word, every belief you choose is like writing a page in the book of your life. You can keep writing the same chapter of scarcity and limitation of the I can't or I'm not good enough. Or you can turn the page and start a new chapter. One where you assume the best for yourself, where you believe in your capacity to create and live a life of abundance, fulfillment, and joy. I want to thank you for joining me today on this journey on Mindset Abundance. My friends, if you found today's episode resonated with you, if it inspired you to start rewriting your own story, then I encourage you to share it with someone who can also benefit from this new perspective. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next episode, where we're going to dive even deeper into the principles that help you unlock your full potential. Until next time, remember, the story you tell yourself is the life you live. Choose wisely. Keep your mindset abundant, and watch as reality aligns with this new, empowering story you create.